The old stone bridge near Sophia's village was her favorite place. Here, between the moss-covered stones and the whispering water, she felt free. She would sit for hours, sketching the beauty around her, dreaming of a love that someday might be hers. One misty morning, as the sun struggled to peek through the gray sky, she saw a man standing in the middle of the bridge. His shoulders were slumped, his gaze fixed on the river. Something about his posture tugged at her heart. As she approached, she noticed that the man was unusually tall, with broad shoulders. His dark hair, windswept and long, framed a face etched with seriousness and thought. Even from afar, she could see the determination in his jaw, the intensity in his eyes. He didn't seem to notice her as he continued to stare into the flowing water, lost in his own world. Hesitantly, she called out to him, her voice echoing strangely in the stillness. The man turned, startled, and their eyes met. In that instant, a spark ignited. Sophia felt a warmth spread through her, chasing away the morning chill. For the first time, she understood what it meant for two souls to meet. They began talking, first about the bridge, then about life, their dreams, and their faith. Daniel, the young man from the city, was captivated by Sophia's easy laughter and her passion for art. He learned that she lived in a small house on the outskirts of the village, her days filled with painting and caring for her garden. Sophia, in turn, was intrigued by Daniel's stories of the bustling city, its challenges and its dreams. She found his dedication to his work admirable, and could unhelped but be drawn to his quiet confidence. They talked for hours that day, oblivious to the world around them. By the time the sun began its descent, they had become friends. "This bridge," Daniel said, as they sat on its worn stones watching the sunset, "is where paths meet, maybe ours too." He looked at her, his eyes shining in the fading light. Sophia felt her heart skip a beat. Could this chance encounter lead to something more? Days turned into weeks, and soon, every morning found Sophia by the bridge waiting for Daniel. When he arrived, they would talk for hours, their conversations flowing as easily as the river below. Daniel would play songs on his guitar, each note echoing the emotions he couldn't put into words. Sophia would listen, her heart swelling with a love she had only read about in books. One afternoon, as they sat on the bridge, Daniel took Sophia's hand in his. The warmth of his touch sent shivers down her spine. Looking into her eyes, he confessed his love. "I love you, Sophia," he said, his voice husky with emotion. "Will you marry me?" Tears welled up in Sophia's eyes as she whispered, "Yes." Daniel slipped a simple silver ring onto her finger, and they sealed their promise with a kiss. Weeks passed in a flurry of happiness. Daniel would spend his weekends in the village, and when he had to return to the city, a part of him wished he could stay forever by Sophia's side. Work kept him busy during the week, but whenever he could, he raced back to see her. The bridge became their sanctuary, a place where their love blossomed and deepened. Then came the day when Daniel had to leave for a business trip to another city. Standing at the bridge, he promised to return soon. "Don't wait for me," he said, kissing her forehead. "I'll be back as fast as I can." But those words hung in the air like a goodbye. And before Sophia knew it, weeks had turned into months. The vibrant colors of her world seemed to fade into shades of gray. The joyful songs that once filled the bridge were replaced by the echo of her loneliness. Still, she held on to Daniel's words, the promise of his return echoing in her heart. As the seasons changed, Sophia found solace in her art, painting images of the bridge and dreaming of Daniel's return. Each stroke of her brush carried a silent prayer for his safe return. The bridge, once a symbol of their blossoming love, became a place of longing and hope. Every evening, Sophia stood on the bridge waiting for Daniel. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple, a backdrop to her silent vigil. She would whisper his name into the wind, hoping it would carry to him across the miles. But the only response was the mournful cry of a distant bird. Friends and neighbors tried to console her, urging her to move on with her life. But her love for Daniel burned brightly, undimmed by the passing months. She knew in her heart that their love was strong enough to weather any storm. Years went by, and the memory of Daniel began to fade into the background of Sophia's life. She threw herself into her work, traveling to different cities, exhibiting her paintings, and receiving accolades. Yet a part of her always remained by that old stone bridge, waiting. One rainy evening, Sophia found herself drawn back to the bridge. The rain was relentless, mirroring the tears she had cried for so many years. As she stood there, drenched and shivering, she felt a deep sense of despair. Had she wasted her life waiting for a love that was never meant to be? Suddenly, a familiar voice broke through her thoughts. "Sophia." The voice was filled with urgency. She turned and saw Daniel standing there, drenched but smiling. His eyes, though older, held the same warmth that had captured her heart all those years ago. "Daniel," she whispered, unable to believe that he was really there. He had returned after all these years. He rushed to her side, his eyes shining with unshed tears. "I'm sorry I was gone so long," he said, taking her hands in his. "But I came back to stay this time." That day, the rain seemed to dance with joy. The clouds parted, revealing a sky filled with stars. And as the first rays of sunlight touched the bridge, Daniel proposed to Sophia again, his love renewed and steadfast. This time, she didn't shed tears of sorrow, but tears of pure joy. Their wedding was held on that very bridge. Family and friends gathered, their faces lit by the soft glow of oil lamps. As Daniel and Sophia exchanged vows, the bridge seemed to shimmer, as if touched by magic. It was no longer just stone and mortar, but a monument to their enduring love. In the years that followed, their love only grew stronger. They grew old together, their wrinkles and silver hair a testament to a life well lived. When their children and grandchildren visited, they would gather by the old bridge, listening to the story of how their parents met. For them, the bridge was more than just a structure of stone. It was love itself, strong and enduring, connecting generations across the flowing river of time. The bridge of hearts reminds us that true love conquers all. It doesn't break with distance, time, or trials. With faith, patience, and devotion, we can build a bridge even stronger than any obstacle. Are you ready to build your bridge of hearts? Are you willing to cross any distance for love? Let this story inspire you to hold on to hope and to believe in the power of love to heal and unite. Let us know in the comments what bridges of love you have built in your life. We look forward to reading your stories. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming stories and inspiring messages. Have a wonderful day.